All right. I'm glad you can hear me. All right. So on the left, you can see we have like numbers from 0 up to um, 12. Okay. This is the numbers that we use while we are describing time in Chinese. And 0, the pronunciation for 0 in Chinese is Ling. This Ling has a third tone. A third tone is, it's the second tone. A second tone is a rising tone. I hope you remember that. Then one is E, okay? One is E, and E is a first tone, just like you see. E, okay? E1. 2 is R, and R is a fourth tone. I want you guys to familiarize yourselves about these tones because it is very important at this beginner's level. Yes, I repeat, tones are important for the right pronunciation of Chinese. Are we together? So never take tones for granted. Yes, never take tones for granted. Writing them is not um, the best thing that you could do. Yes, it is good. Okay, it is good to know the tone that has to be on any of the opinions. Okay, but the most important thing is pronunciation. Once you memorize pronunciation of every single word that we learn in this class, then you will be a proficient Chinese speaker, not just a writer, okay? In this era, we need more speakers than writers. It's like we need more uh, actions than words. Let me put it in that context. Because actions is what if you say you know Chinese, but you can't even introduce yourself for 2 minutes, okay? It's just words and without action. And we all know that words without action is zero. It's like any number times zero is zero. So any Chinese without pronunciation is zero. Any Chinese without pinyin or pronunciation is zero. So you see, this is a high pitched tone. Okay, keep that in mind. This is the very first tone. So whenever I come to class and I mention first tone, make sure it is this tone that is straight at the top and is a high pitched tone. If you're on the highway and a car comes behind you in a very very tight traffic jam, and then the car at your back keeps on beeping, beep 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 beep. You see that sound? It doesn't it actually sound like the first tone in Chinese? Beep, yee. You see? You just don't even pronounce any of the initials or the finals. Just make that sound in your mouth. Just make it like in your throat. Those are the intonations, okay? And memorize this. Repeat it as many times as you can. E, E. If it is the vowels, okay? Once you can classify all the 5 vowels, okay? In Chinese, we have more than 5 vowels, but the major or basic vowels like R, A, E, O, U. If you can put the vowels, if you can put the tones on the vowels and put the 4 tones that we learned alongside the other tone that is neutral, that we don't usually because it is invisible, like mama. The first ma is the beep of the car. Just remember the beep of the car. Whenever I mention the first tone, just remember ba, okay, ma, fa, sa, ta, ra, za, fa. In Chinese we don't have V. Yes, there is no V in Chinese. It's just wa. Maybe it can be wa. Okay, and you can say ha. So you can say in Chinese it is not a. It is So you just use your throat, okay, and release the voice. I'm going back to the finals. E, O, U. You see, that is the first tone. You see the sound? You can repeat after me. E, O, U. You see how they flow in the same thing? Now let's remove the vowels and just repeat the mm, 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 You see, even if you don't put any vowel or any final or any initial, it will still be the first tone towards the intonation. Chinese is all about tones. It's a tonal language. A wrong tone can turn all the Chinese you learned to an utterance or maybe unknown languages. Someone will think you may be praying in tongues just because of a wrong tone. Anyway, I'm just joking. So, but you need to make sure you memorize the tones. Yeah, because I have, even now, I know people are still suffering because of the tones, including myself. Yeah, including myself, because even Chinese themselves, they still suffer with the tones. So you can imagine. But for them, it's not that serious because it is their native language. But some words, because you can find that one word can mean a lot of things. There's like one word that means like 16 things. And some words, of course, they will have the same tone, but in different situations. Saying this is not, trying to make things hard or maybe make you feel like Chinese is hard. It's not. Yeah, if it was hard, I wouldn't be speaking it, And if I made it, you can make it also. And if other people that know Chinese made it, you can also make it. All right? Yeah, so, let's continue. So, number 2 is R. So this R, just remember it is a fourth tone. R. R. So whenever you remember R, remember the word go. When someone is pissed off, you want someone go, go, go. Or maybe someone is saying no. You see, it all comes with some kind of energy. When you're speaking it out, you'll be like, no, I don't want no, no. Leave me alone. Go. That emphasis on the R. Are we together? No. Go. You see? See. 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 Right? So that is R. Now this is R. Now the C, which is like seeing, like verb to see, which is okulaba. Then this is C for number 4. Is C. C. You see? You make sure it is hard and sound C. C. You use some energy, from your belly. C to say this. I skipped number 3 because it sounds like number 1. San. You see, it is. Wow. It is very, I think it's the most romantic tone. Now you see like E, it is soft and high pitch, E, it is soft, soothing and lovely. When you san, E, you see E. And then number 2 is arrogant and, somehow harsh and, R. It's kind of rude, R. And then number 1 is just soft and soothing. E, that is tone number 1. E, tone number 2. R, arrogant. You see, it is even R, arrogant. So like sun is 3. Sun, That's why even mom, because our moms are always nice. So that's why I think they put the first tone on mama. Because if they would have said like mama, Even that word in Chinese, it means abusing. If you put a fourth tone on ma, it is like cursing someone. If you say ma, this word, you see ma is to curse. So you might be wanting to say like mama, like my mother, and then you say ma, and then your mother will be like, what? You're cursing me? She'll be super crazy at you. So just say mama. Wow. I know everybody when they hear, I know everyone is always happy when they have someone they call mom. Okay, mom, like biological mom, maybe so spiritual mom, whatever it could be, but it's always nice. Mom is a good image. So when you say like mama, that is a first tone. So whenever you think of first tone, think of mama. You see, mama, so caring and loving. Then we have number 4, si. It's like ma. Okay, you remember in that ma is like to abuse or curse. It is very bad. I don't even like repeating it because it's negative, and I don't do negatives. So number 5 is wo. So now number 5 is encouraging somehow. It's kind of an inspiration. Wo. It's like you fall, but after falling, don't stay down. Just rise. After falling, just make sure you rise. See, because number 4 now it was falling. So just memorize it in this way. That number 4 after falling, then number 5 is falling. It's from falling to rising. Wu. You see? Wu. 1 2 3 4 5. You see? Yi number 1, R number 2, San number 3, Si number 4. Wu. You see, this fall was very huge and immense. Si, and then it rises at number 5. Si. Wu. You see? Wu. It's like a rift valley. Those of you who are good at geography, you remember the image of a rift valley. Remember the rift valley? So it was like falling. It was like a curve, it was like a V, I think, if I remember. So it was like, woo, woo. It's like a trench. Like you fall and then you rise. It's very encouraging. So number 5 is encouraging. When people fall, they can do something big, but when people 5, they can actually do something bigger. So me, when I'm learning something, I try to maybe put it in practical examples. That way I can easily remember it. So I think this is an approach that can help anyone. That is actually my learning technique. I don't know yours, but I think this one can work. So long as it worked for me, I think it can work for you too. Just learn it in a very fun way. Try to put feelings and emotions into it. Woo, falling. Leo. You see, now number 6 is Leo. Number 6, Leo. Leo. Number 6. Then we have Chi, is just like the first one. Mama, Chi, 7. And then you have Ba, it is also soft. Ba, Chi, Ba. Now let's start from number 1 now. Yi, Er, San, Si. So you're going to repeat Yi, Er, San, Si 4 times. Ready? For a count of 3, 2, 1. Yi, Er, San, Si again. Yi, Er, San, Si again. Yi, Er, San, Si. Last time. Yi, Er, San, Si. Now we're going to count from 5 to 8. First of all, 5 is Wu. 6 is Liu. You don't even delay on it. Don't stress number 6. Because number 6 doesn't want any stress, okay? Because why? It has a 4th tone, okay? So Mr. Number 6 is no stress guy. Leo, Leo. Number 7, Chi, soft. Number 7 is also soft. just like Sunday, the seventh day. It's always, even they say every day is not Sunday, because Sunday is one of the best days. I like Sunday. Most people like Sunday. Most of us go to church on Sunday. Chi, seventh, soft and good. All good things I know, many good things I know, they fall under the first tone. It is the first, number 1 is good, it is in the first tone. Number 7 is good, it is in the first tone. Number 3 is good, it is in the first tone. So like chi, 7. Ba, number 8. Number 9, jio. So now let's repeat from 5 to 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to repeat this 4 times. Let's go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more times. 5, 6, 7, 8. Repeat after me the last time. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now we know 1, 2, 3, 4. Come in. And then we have 5, 6, 7, 8. So now, 好的好的. So now we have 0 up to number 8. Okay, we have 0 up to number 8. So here you can say 0. Okay, 0. We know 0 is number 2. And then we have number 1 up to number 8. So number 1 up to number 8, you can actually say, let's go together like just 2 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have 9, 10, which is 9, 10. 9, 10. So you can memorize it as a song, a very interesting song. That the melodies are the sweetest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 9, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You see, it's an interesting song, I've given you lyrics for your first song. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is how you repeat. Every single time you repeat, your mind is storing it somewhere. I want to remind you, like, your brain is a muscle. Every muscle without exercise, it becomes fluffy. It doesn't develop. It doesn't harden. It doesn't become strong. So to strengthen your brain, you have to exercise it, Give it some trainings, feed it with whatever you want to feed it. If you choose Chinese, then make sure Chinese has to exercise it at least for 2 hours a day. Now we are going to do another exercise, which is counting from 10 up to 0. Okay, now we know 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Slow motion. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fast motion. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now reverse from 10 up to 0. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Again. Faster. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let me give you a trick. Whenever you find yourself, you have to make a speech. Okay, if you're always this person who fears to do like public speaking, do this exercise. Okay, count from 0 up to 100. If you can't do it in Chinese, it is okay in English. And then do it reverse, like from 100 up to 1. Then your mind will not think about anything, because your mind will just be, aligned you just find yourself believing in yourself than ever. I've tried this, and it really works. And then with Chinese, it's another thing. You just think, there is no one greater than you in this world. Exactly. Yeah, I know that feeling in your mind. So we learned also time. Okay, we learned some words in time. After learning these numbers, we have other numbers, but I can't teach you all the numbers tonight. Of course, we have future classes, and I'll have to teach you guys more numbers, and you really love it. So time we have DN and DN. You see the third tone. Okay, make sure you remember. You know the tone. You can describe this tone. It is a third tone, is falling and rising. It's the other encouraging tone, inspirational tone. It is there, and this is the character. This is the character. Attention. HSK1 doesn't mean that you don't have to know characters. You actually have to. That's why you need a characters book. And if you don't have it yet, I suggest buying two books, one for notes, another one for characters. Write every character at least 10 times and above. Okay? Every character 10 times and above. Okay? Yes. And before July, I want that each and every one of us can be able to write any character in HSK1. Are we together? HSK1 and 2, by the way. So now, very good, very good. Thank you, Shayla. So like, DN is oxok, and then Fenjong is minute. Are we together? Fenjong. We also learned meow. Meow is second. Okay. We have Fenjong, which is minute, and then meow. Meow is a second, like 1 second, 2 seconds. And then we have ban. Sometimes we say like 1/4. Sorry, we say like a half past 6. Sometimes we say like a half past 6, a half past 7, a half past 12. That a half in Chinese is actually ban. Okay, that a half in Chinese is actually ban. Are we together? And then we have a quarter, which is yi ke. Yi ke. This is yi ke. Your keyboard brings a lot of options. This is the right one, yi ke. Yeah, this is the right one, yi ke. But if yi ke is stressing you, you can just use 15. Okay, we know 15 in Chinese is shi wu. We know shi yi is 11. Okay, this one is easy. You just take 10 plus 1, shi yi, and then you have 10 plus 2, shi er. And then we have san ke. San ke is like 3/4. Are we together? Like here, 9:45. 9:45 here is san ke. So Grace, if you didn't do the matching exercise, you can see the letters, the corresponding letters for number 1 up to number 7. Okay. So here it is San Jodian. Here you can say Jodian Sishu if like this Sanko is giving you a lot of trouble. If it is giving you like a lot of trouble, you can just say let me write it in Chinese. Jodian. Sishu, just write the number. Sishu is 40. Why? Number 4 is C. And then 10 is the tens, which is the group that number 40 is classified in. So when you say 4 and the group which is tens in Chinese is shi, are we together? This is tens. And then here it will be Jordan C. How about the 5? Because it is not only 40, but it is 40 plus 5, which gives us 45. So it will be C. And then number 5 is Ooh. It is the other inspirational number 5 with a third tone. Ooh. So the correct answer is Jordan Sishu or Jordan Sanko, which is 3/4. So when you say Sanko, it will sound more professional, but if you say Sishu, it is very okay. Very okay. All right. So now we learned these texts, and fortunately, I will not repeat it. I'm sorry for that. For people who missed the past classes, we shall just look at the new words we learned, which is shenzai. So shenzai means now. Okay, now. The time is now. And if I ask you about time, I'm not asking about yesterday. I'm not asking about tomorrow. I'm not asking about the time. I'm asking about now. And it is a noun. Okay. Repeat shenzai. You see, it has xian and zai. You have to know that we have syllables in Chinese. Now, like xian, it is a syllable itself. Okay. There is no space, but you can see that there are two different syllables, and they always put a tone on a vowel, okay, which is xian. Just make sure you see where they put. So where they put a tone, that's where you have to put the tone also in speaking. Xian, okay, xianzai. And this n, when it comes with z, then this z, this one is not z, it is z. So when z comes together with n, it makes a different sound, which is z, z. You see, so you don't say shen zai like as if it's different. You just bring them together and let them merge, let them intermarriage, and they will be like shen zai. Are we together? Just emphasize it, shen zai. 几点, and that's how we ask time in Chinese. You see, number A was like 现在几点? So when I ask you 现在几点, make sure next time you can be able to tell me that 现在七点. Now it is 7 o'clock. Okay, it's just an example I'm giving. 现在几点? Like here, 现在十点十分. 十点 is 10 o'clock. 十分, just like the time is showing here. You see, this one of the time is showing at 10, and it is past how many minutes? It is past 10 minutes. Are you following, dear students? So yes, thank you. So we have fen, which is minute. Thank you. Then we have Zhongwu, which means noon. Zhongwu means noon, not afternoon, not before noon, but noon. That's why we say good afternoon, which is afternoon. Noon is the time for having lunch. Okay, for Chinese people, some other people I've seen across the world, I don't want to mention. They usually say that maybe some of them have laws saying you only eat when you're hungry, but the Chinese culture values food. Food is like, there is a saying that food is like a god of Chinese. So the Chinese value what time they eat, what they eat, and what do they use to eat. Like eating is a very respected verb in China. Okay, so you'll see some of them, you know, yeah, you see some of them, be happy when I don't think it's just Chinese. Actually, most people, even those people who don't like it, they're just hiding it, but in their hearts they know that we all like food and we are working all our lives, because we don't want to be hungry. Yeah, we don't want to, we don't want hunger to kill us. So like food is the basic need for people. That's why. So like these 5 new words are the ones that we learn. Then we have Chifan. So Chifan is to eat a meal. So Zhongwu is a classification of 2 major hours, which is 12 to 1. Okay, keep that in mind. Are we together? So that is Zhongwu. Are you still following? Mm. So someone laughed when I mentioned about food. So food, yeah, food is very important. Yes, yes, food is very important in our lives. All right, let's continue. So, like, we have now another very interesting text, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. Shiho. Now, you should be able to know this one. Shiho is time or moment, okay? Shiho, repeat. Shiho. You see, the first syllable is shi, and the tone is rising, you know. No one likes falling. Are we together? No one likes falling. So here we are rising. So when you have your time, make sure you use it wisely. By using your time wisely, you're not collapsing, you're not backsliding, you're not falling, you're actually rising. Am I preaching? So like sure is time. Ho is also time. Then the first shi is like time. Then the second ho is like moment. So like when you have your time, you have to use it. And then as you rise, you shall have a good moment. Is it making sense? So like shi ho is time. Then we have the next new one, number 7, which is hui. So this hui is to come back. You see how it is even written. It is a box. Are we together? It is a box. And before you close this box, the rules of writing Chinese characters, it is inside to outside. So before closing here down, you have to first finish the one inside, you know. So like, let's say this is a womb. This is our mother. The big one, the big box is our mother. The small box is the kid in the womb, in the belly of the mother. So like, whenever you want to come back, like let's say this kid, this is our source, this is where we come back, we come back from, or this is where we come from, this is our source, let me say it like that. Or let's just take it in a sense of a country, and countries are always referred as like mothers, okay, like parents. So like whenever you come back to your country, you're coming back to your mom. Whenever you come back to Whenever we go back to our villages, we're going to see our parents because they are our souls. So this way, that is the logic behind this character. So I hope you'll never forget this character, okay? Because it is really meaningful and lovely. So hui is to come back or to go back or to return. It's always nice to return, okay? Wherever you go, always make sure you return to your roots, to your source. So number 8 is woman. Woman is a pronoun, and last time we looked at it means us, we. Okay. Yeah, some of you know a Chinese song, Woman. Yeah, yeah. So like woman is like woman, woman 经商, woman, us, we. Okay, you and I, we are woman. War, when you remove the men, it becomes we. It becomes I or me. But if you put men, then it becomes plural. The ninth one is Dian. So Dian is a movie. Repeat Dian, Dian, Dian. So we saw last time that this Dian stands for electronic stuff. Okay, anything related to electronic. It has Dian, like Dianhua, which is telephone, and Dian now, which is computer. And then now we have Dian, so and we have another Dian which is television, Dian Shi. So you should be able to differentiate all those Dians because there are also other Dians like DNT, which is elevator. So like the Dian we are learning tonight is film or movie, okay? Film or movies. Dian. So let's look at the text quickly. Baba is father. 什么时候回家? Repeat. 爸爸什么时候回家? So father 什么时候? So this word 什么时候 carries a lot of meaning because like 什么 is what, okay? And then 时候 is time. So what time or when? Baba, father. You look at the kids, you know, they miss their dad. Their dad always goes to work before they wake up and comes back when they have already slept. So they seemingly miss their dad and they're asking mommy, 爸爸什么时候回家？回 is to return. You all remember that? 家 is home. 回家 to return back home. When is dad coming back home? Mama replies 下午 afternoon. Now here I come back to 中午. 中午 is in the noon. 下午 is in the afternoon. So this is another new word. 下午5点 is at 5. So father is coming back at home at 5点. A comes back. 我们 us 什么时候 what time 去 go verb to go 看 verb to see 电影 what time are we going to see the movie or when you can shorten this 什么时候 can either mean what time or when. Then mommy answers 6点30分 this is 6 6点 what right are we together 6点30分 30分 is like 半 you can say 6点半 or 6点30分 yeah this has been a quick one but yes time is chasing us and we all know that time is the enemy of progress yes but I'm happy that we still have some minutes this time around time will not be our enemy it will be our friend. All right, any question on what we learned tonight? Is there anything you didn't understand? 有问题吗？大家有没有问题？老师可以回答。没有问题哦。没有问题的话，那就下课。You remember when we learned some important words that we usually use in our daily life in Chinese, like 下课, which is end class, and 上课. Let me write them down. Maybe you guys forgot. So there is a message that I actually put on the group. So there is 上课. This 上课 means class begins. Okay, this is start actually. We learned that in lockdown, and then this one is 下课. I didn't hear you, Sheila. What did you say? Yes. So this is start or begin class, which is 上课, and then 下课 is end class. So another new word that we like to say is like 再见. So 再见 it has two words. The first word is 在, which is again, and 见, which is to meet. So we meet again or see you soon is 再见. See you soon, or maybe see you, bye bye. So in Chinese people also say bye bye, but in a different way. So their bye bye is like bye bye. Just like, let me show you how they write it. They usually say bye bye. Yes, this one. They say bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, how, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, how, ha 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 ha. That's how they usually conclude their calls. Ha, ha ha ha, 再见, bye bye, ha ha. Yeah, you hear them saying that. So this is bye bye. So you guys have no question, but teacher has always got questions. So you will write 10 words in Chinese and send them to me in my inbox. If you're watching this from online, send them in the comment section. Thank you for tonight, and this marks the end of our lesson tonight. Hope you guys really enjoyed it, and give it a thumbs up, a like, subscribe, and share for more useful content. Thank you. Have a good night. Wa'an. Bye bye. 下课不客气，不客气，谁了？Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Sheila. 晚安，晚安。拜拜，再见。再见，再见。